To the recommender of what you would like in the recommendation letter? Yes. And then in that, in some cases, they even ask you to go ahead and write your own recommendation letter, and they're not going to use that, probably, cut and paste it, but that's a good way for them to add to it and see exactly what you want in there. So don't be alarmed if they ask you to do that. It's a good thing. Okay, what about your resume? Yeah. Definitely put your resume in there. A thank you note? Yes, you do want to put a thank you note in there. And then you also want to thank them later on. Honestly, just thank them all the time because they'll appreciate it. What about envelopes if they're mailing in your recommendation letter? Do you think you should do addressed envelopes? Yeah, because you're trying to make the workload as easy on them as you can. Stamps to put on the envelopes? Stamps too extra? No, put the stamps on there. How about previous letters of recommendation that people have written about you? Yeah, don't do that. That might make them feel bad. And you might think it's helpful to see what other people have written, but it's not. Okay, a printout of your job description. Yeah, okay. Lori talked about this really well. And then last one, your transcript, information about you, student files. Yes. Okay, so you guys seem to have this really well. So this is everything that we just talked about. And on your handout, there's fill in the blanks if you want to do it now. Also, I don't mind if you take a picture of this because it's really important, and I don't know if you can Google this.
When you say a cover letter, do you mean a copy of the cover letter that you've written to the company or graduate school in part of the process, or a cover letter specifically for the recommender?
We were actually discussing this earlier, and we don't think it's a bad thing if you include the cover letter that you're writing for the business,
Right.
but then also do a letter to the recommender.
Okay.
Some other things we talked about that won't hurt, but you don't really need to put in there are a picture of yourself. They should really know what you look like, but I mean, it won't hurt. Anything else to talk about?
Your schedule, kind of, but just so you can have the time to meet up with your recommender, so you can sit down for an interview type thing, and they get to know you better. Because the more they know you, the better your letter's going to be.
So you guys have any questions on what any of this is, or why you need a folder? Good.
So, just really quickly, I'm going to talk about the difference between a recommendation and a referral. We've been trying to use the words interchangeably. There's not much of a difference between the two. The people that are giving you a recommendation and people who are giving you a referral will be asked that same list of things that we showed you earlier. The main difference is that a recommendation is written and a referral is typically a phone call. So you still want to go through the same process of asking for a referral. You still want to give the people who are referring you, the same information and get them the chance to know you the same amount. It's just over a different medium. And we just wanted to make sure that was clear to everyone.
Something just to keep in mind, whenever given the option to waive your rights, go ahead and do it. I mean, to me it kind of sounds like some dramatic waiving your rights away, but it comes across as you're hiding something if you don't waive your rights. So just go ahead and check that little box.
Okay, so just to sum it all up for you guys, keep successfully overcoming your fears.
Use that worksheet as a guide as to how you want to format your emails when you want to ask for a recommendation.
Remember to stay professional and look good always.
So don't disappear. Keep cultivating relationships. Keep liking things on LinkedIn. Keep going to office hours and asking professors for coffee.
And go ahead and get started on those recommendation folders. It's never too early. And the beauty of it is, after you do it the first time, it's a breeze from there on out.
Does anyone have any questions for us? Alright, so y'all know what to do at this point.
Yeah. We do strongly ask to do this also. I'm Cecily Slaughter again.
I'm Emma Moore.
I'm Darian Boyd.
And if any of you are interested in becoming career ambassadors, I think that's the last question on the survey. So make sure we get there. That's a lot of fun. If you guys have questions about that also, I will be staying here after. all of us
Okay.
will.
Yeah.
So if you want to come up and ask us personal questions about that, feel free to.
May I ask for a little bit of expansion on one of your points
Yeah.
in cultivating relationships? On the side, this living generously. What do you?
Living generously,
Yeah.
to me that just means going back and forth and with your relationships to each other. So be generous to that person and they'll be generous back to you. But I think a lot of people could also take it as like doing like services together. I think that's the main way, but I like twisted it in my head.
I mean, that could mean
Yeah.
just being generous with your time with the other person. So maybe if you try to set up a meeting and they can't do it, not just giving up on it, like really
Right.
pushing for getting to know one another and getting that like time in with them.
Okay.
Okay, it looks like y'all are finishing up lunch. We have candy on the way out if you didn't get these earlier, if you want more anything. Thank you guys all so much for coming. We had a good time. We hope y'all did.